All right, here comes the answer key for this last video. The question was, what's the cosine of 7 pi over 6 and the sine of 7 pi over 6? So my procedure is going to be the same. I'm going to go ahead and convert 7 pi over 6 into degrees. So degree over 180 equals 7 pi over 6 over pi. You're going to get to see this kind of worked out in real time. For those of you that already have the answer, you might be able to jump ahead. I'm going to cross multiply. d pi equals 180 times 7 pi over 6. And I'll do the same move I did before. 6 goes into 180 30 times. So I have myself let's try the right color here. d pi equals 210 pi. And then I'll divide both sides by pi. Keep this nice and easy to understand. And d is 210, right? So now what I'm working with isn't the sine of, or the cosine of 7 pi over 6. I'm really working with the cosine of 210 and then the sine of 210. And just so we're very, very clear on what that is, the cosine is always the first item in the ordered pair, and the sine is always the second item in the ordered pair. So the cosine is going to be the left and right movement from the origin, and the sine will be the up and down movement. So now we're going to do the same thing we did today in class. Today is Tuesday. We're going to make a sketch and see what happens. So sketch, here's 90, here's 180, 210 is 30 more degrees. So I have a line that looks approximately like this one with 30 degrees here and a right triangle. All right, how big I make that triangle is completely arbitrary. It doesn't make any difference. I am going to fill in my other numbers, identify that this is a unit circle, and then try to fill in all of the other things that are missing. Now I'm going to finish this out. The cosine of 210 is how much right or left I move from the origin. So I moved to the left 3 pi over 2. So the cosine of 210 is negative. I said 3 pi over 2. I meant to say the cubic root of the square root of 3 divided by 2. I'm making some mistakes, but I'm not going to reshoot this video. And the sine of 210, sorry about that, the sine of 210 is going to be the y value. You can see it's the 1/2, but we're going down to get to this point, so negative 1/2, right? That would be the approach that you're going to use for those problems. Now, the last piece is arguably the easiest one to work with. It is the last item for the day, finding the length of an intercepted arc. Remember, this is considered your central angle, and this length, not a radian or a degree, just the length, that last length is going to be considered your intercepted arc. So let's go ahead and take a look at these two things. There is a very simple formula. It's simply S equals, you might say RO, it's not really that, it's S equals R theta. S stands for the intercepted arc. I don't know why we use the letter S for that, but we do. R stands for radius, that's easy to understand. And theta stands for the angle in radians. It does have to be in radians. Okay, so all we need to do is multiply our radius times the number of radians, and it will tell us how long this edge is. It'll give us the length of this intercepted arc. So in this question, we're simply going to do S equals R theta. So S equals 3 inches times 5 pi over 6. It really is this easy. 3 goes into 6 2 times. So my final answer, using pink to keep it pretty, is 5 pi over 2. Now 5 pi over 2 is the length. I have to admit, most of the time what we'll do is, that's a pretty unsatisfying length. You can hear me flipping pages. So what I did is grabbed a calculator. I did 5 times 3.14, divided it by 2, and I got the approximate length of 7.9 inches. All right, you could say 5 pi over 2 inches. That would be also an exact answer, or this would be an approximate answer. But either way, this, even though it has the pi symbol, this is not radians, it's just a length. So inches or centimeters or feet, whatever the unit happens to be. And this says pause the video for the last one, so I'm just going to take a 3-second pause. You can pause and then restart and then finish this last video. And let's finish it out. So S equals R theta. So even if S goes by a different name, that's not going to harm us in any way. So X equals R, so 3 inches times theta, 2 pi over 3. We're simply going to multiply these guys out. The 3's cancel. So I end up with 2 pi. So I'm going to say that I am 2 times 3.14, or approximately 6.28. It says to the nearest tenth, so 6.3 inches. And we're done. All right. Hopefully those short videos helped you get through section 13-3. Good luck in the textbook assignment.